You can still see the motherfuckers under there. What's up, guys? So, I made a post yesterday about how I made $1,000 in completely passive income last month. See if you guys want to know a little bit about that stuff. It was an overwhelming yes. And I feel like there's a lot of things I know now that I wish I knew that I was younger. And, I'm more than willing to kind of pass that along. I don't know if this will be one super long video, if I'll make a few videos. But yeah, so let's just get to how I made $1,000 in passive income last month. Basically, I've got two rental properties. One of them cash flows $200 a month. One of them cash flows $440 a month, for a total of $640. Um, I believe it's called a car share, ride share. Agrees to pay $5,000 for the rights to 50%. So anyway, I have a friend, a business partner, if you will, who does rents out cars on Turo and other rental sites. And we share a car. Basically, I buy the car. I bought the car, and he does all of the legwork. Does all the getting it rented out, takes care of all the maintenance, all of that stuff. Yeah, and we split the sales 50-50 at the end of every month. So last month that paid me $420.05. So I, barely got over that $1,000 threshold last month. What's that? $1,060.50. That's the first time I've ever made $1,000 in a month completely passive. Which, the key word there being passive. Obviously, $1,000 isn't life changing. It could be, I guess, depending upon your circumstances. Let me not be too bougie there. But $1,000 that you're not actively working or anything like that is pretty fantastic. Now, don't get me wrong. The rental properties from time to time will require maintenance. People move out. You have to go and clean up after people. Like the house I have, the last renters I had were fucking nasty. They left the place flea infested. It was a mess. I tried to no avail to flea bomb it myself and get rid of them, but I finally had to tap out and call it working. So there will be expenses that come with rental properties. There will be some headaches that come with that too. But generally, it's usually pretty smooth sailing for the most part. Just don't, that money they cash flow, don't just count it as money that's yours and spend it. Definitely, you're going to want to have that put somewhere, for just in case and oh shit moments, to be able to, because you're responsible. You have to get it fixed. It's not something, if it was your own house you were living in and your heat pump went out or something, like, oh, I can tough it out for a month. It ain't no big deal, and just wait and get it replaced. Nah, don't worry that way with the rental property. So yeah, that they brought me in $1,000 last month, and I am about to buy another car. We've already got the car. My business partner, he physically buys them, and then I send him the money. He bought one. It's getting our strut replaced, and it's got to get a new radio put in it, and it'll be ready to go. And he'll send me the invoice, and I'll send him. And it looks like this one's going to be around $6,000. And so that'll be another. We estimate these things, depending upon the month, the season, etc., to bring $300 to $800 a month. So, it should average around $5,000. So that'll be two cars bringing in $1,000 a month, and then the two rental properties, bringing in $640 a month. And just, keep that money snowballing upward. I'm trying to get as many of these rental cars as I can right now, because that's honestly, the returns you get on those for the buy-in is amazing. Now, it's not appreciating in value like a rental property is. So, the rental properties are money in the bank. I showed on the screenshot yesterday, the one I bought in 2019 for $32,000 is now, on the Zillow estimates $100,000. So not only is that place cash flowing for me, but it's turned, like, I could sell it. I could list it for 80 grand tomorrow and be sold tomorrow, if I wanted to. But yeah, so it's appreciating in value, and it's cash flowing. I mean, it's fucking fantastic. But the housing market, if anybody's been paying attention right now, is absolutely insane. Like, buying a rental property right now would be pretty tough because just the prices are so high. I mean, your payments are going to be high. Uh, and honestly, like, both of my rental properties are on 15-year loans. If I could do it over again, I would get them on 30-year loans because the cash flow is more important than getting them paid off sooner. And you could always just pay more on the principal every month if you wanted to. That was something I didn't know about when I bought them. I was kind of in the right place at the right time to get them, and I really didn't know any better, or I would have got them both on 30s, and that's something I can always go back and refinance at some point if I want to anyway, and make that payment lower and my cash flow higher. And like I said, you can always pay down on principal at your own rate if you want to. The one place I bought for 32 grand, it's, the payment is still pretty minuscule even on a 15-year loan. But yeah, that's basically how I made, $1,000 last month in passive income, and how I intend to keep doing that, and, putting back the money from those. Obviously, you got to have some rainy day money for your rental properties, but just letting that money snowball up. And like I said, I'm trying to buy more of these rental cars as soon as possible. And I will say, this kind of little tidbit for you guys at the end. I can't give away my plug, obviously, because I'm trying to get as many rental cars with him as I can, and there's only so much space. However, he tells me that this car share thing is pretty common among people who do like Turo and stuff like that for a living, that it's common for them to seek out investors to buy cars or go halves on cars and do some kind of agreement like he and I have. I don't know that all the agreements are going to be like as pretty favorable in your advantage as the one I have with him is. But he says it is pretty common. So that's something, you might want to look into. Obviously, you could just buy your own car and do your own Turo stuff. But at that point, it's not passive. That's you working at it. But certainly there's money to be made there depending where you're at, I guess. My guy is in a kind of big market, so that helps a lot. But yeah, that's my $1,000 in passive income. Now, obviously, I imagine you people would like to know, like, how I acquired these houses, what I did financially to get there, et cetera, et cetera. So let me know in the comments how much y'all want to hear about that, if that's something y'all are interested in as well. And I'll be glad to, make more videos like this. Again, I enjoy helping people. And I started with fucking nothing, so I didn't have anything handed. Again, a lot of shit I wish I knew then that I know now that I'd be more than happy to tell you guys. So, just let me know in the comment section. Maybe give the video a little thumbs up, little sub action. Let me know if you want to hear more about this. Peace.